was asked for a kitchen day video, and after filming one of my kitchen days, I ended up with too much footage for one video, so we are doing a series. You do not have to watch these videos in order, but they will be linked to in the description box below. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. I'm Shayla, and this is Mountain Mama's Home. It is a dark and foggy day on this kitchen day, perfect for spending a day in the kitchen. Starting out on the right foot here, taking my vitamins because I know it's going to be a long, busy day. And I know that if I take my vitamins, I will have the brain power to power through today. In the first video I published in this series, I focused on refilling the kitchen and all of the canisters and spices. In this video, I'm going to focus on just cleaning, general cleaning, wiping things down, dusting, and washing down the greasy surfaces. I did have a question come through. It was a kind of an interesting question because after answering it, I realized the person wasn't actually interested in problem solving. They kind of just wanted to point out that I had a lot of stuff on my counters. Now, some of the comments that I've gotten are quite sassy, so keep that in mind as I show you the next scenes. In these next scenes, I'll warn you, you are going to see my goofy and ever so slightly sassy side. Yeah, I got a sassy side too, ladies. So I've had some comments about too much stuff on my counters, and one of the concerns was, how do you get them clean? I'm going to do a demonstration. My point in all of this is to point out grown-up women don't pick on other women for any reason, not even how they style their kitchens. I did a whole video about how one of the problems with kitchens today is that everybody is wanting to make their kitchens so Pinteresty, so Instagram worthy, so perfect that the kitchens become dysfunctional. They're for looking at in pictures instead of actually using. One of the things that you're going to notice right away in my kitchen, and I will be very honest about it, is my counters. They are what some people would call cluttered. This is not a show kitchen. This is a farmhouse kitchen, and it's used. It's used every day, multiple times a day. I don't want to have to add 10, 15, 20 minutes to each meal prep by digging things out that I need all of the time that I use consistently. I don't like having to go get things like all of my flowers and my spices, which are over there right now, but the pantry is actually over there on the other side of this big space. We have a big 3-room open space, living room, kitchen, and dining room. And it's an odd design. I'll be the first to admit, but the pantry is actually way over there in the living room. And there's no way I'm gonna make 5 or 6 trips back and forth going to get all of my flowers and my baking goods so that I can make a meal every time I need to make a meal. And another thing is I have quite a few spices on my shelves. Well, again, I'm not going to go back and forth multiple times each meal for spices that I need. So my counters are more cluttered. It's a working kitchen. It's a used kitchen. It's a real kitchen for a real family. Well, the day started out kind of gloomy, which I think is beautiful, but the sun came out, which is also very beautiful. One of the current items on my countertops is an overflow of plant starts for our garden. With this beautiful weather, one of my boys went out and started setting up the greenhouse. So hopefully it won't be too long before I can get the plant starts in there and free up a little more space on my kitchen counters. In pretty much all kitchens, one of the spots that gets the dirtiest is the backsplash behind the kitchen sink. There is spaghetti sauce on the window up here. How does spaghetti sauce get all the way up here? Like, there's spaghetti sauce on the ceiling up there too. How does spaghetti sauce get on the ceiling? I I finally figured out the way spaghetti sauce gets on the ceiling is have 6 kids. That's how spaghetti sauce ends up on the ceiling. It is coming together, though. The kitchen's looking pretty good. Now, I'm not going to have time today, but normally I do also try to clean off the open shelving. Our Dollar Tree started carrying a line by Dolly Parton. This is my new Dolly Parton shaker, and it's based off of her song, Love is Like a Butterfly. I really liked all of the items in the collections, but I didn't need them all. The only thing I really actually needed was these salt and pepper shakers. So I got them for spices. One of my least favorite kitchen jobs is cleaning the stove. One of the reasons it's my least favorite is because of how greasy it gets, and I can't find non-toxic cleaners that actually get it clean. Everything all around the stove always gets so greasy, from the teapot to the things surrounding the stove, the backsplash, the range hood, all of it is so greasy. It's a really important area to keep clean though, because if this area is not kept clean, it can result in house fires. Having a really good backsplash helps to protect from that and also makes it easier to clean. And making sure the whole area behind the stove and around the stove, like you see my log behind the stove there, well, I went ahead and I finished it. Having it washable helps a lot to keep it clean and just more sanitary and safer. While I do this least favorite project of mine, let's talk about our devotional topic. So in this series, we're talking about serving. Philippians 2:4 reads, "Let each one of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others." Galatians 6:9 reads, "Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we faint not." Have you ever thought about how this simple act of making a meal for your family is serving them? And did you know that another meaning for the word ministry is serving? Now let me ask you this. Do you ever get tired of serving your family? When I spend a day getting the kitchen organized, getting it clean, and I come back a day later and see areas that have already been disorganized because people were not very careful putting things away or because people were messy, it can be hard to want to keep doing this over and over again every day. Now, granted, I do teach my family. I try to teach them to clean up after themselves, and they do try. But, you know, it's a high traffic kitchen. A lot of people coming through, a lot of snacks being made constantly. Sometimes my youngest will go into the kitchen, make himself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and leave an entire trail. And of course, he's too young to properly clean up after himself very well. I mean, he can do the best he can, and sometimes it's not bad at all. But usually there's still traces of peanut butter and jelly. Or if one of the middle sons goes in to make something, I've got this one son who likes to bake. He consistently forgets to clean up after himself, or he'll put things back away where they don't go, and areas get disorganized. They get disorganized quickly. Something that I have found to help me when the kitchen grind starts getting on my nerves is gratitude. Over the winter, I have been on a gratitude journey, and to help me with this, I found a really special gratitude journal. I like it because of the prompts. It has such helpful and beautiful prompts. It's got affirmations in it and quotes, and it is absolutely spectacular for busy moms who do not have a lot of time for things like devotions. This gratitude journal is one that can be done in under 5 minutes a day, and it is helping me to focus on all that's going right instead of what's going wrong. In life, when things are going wrong, they seem to demand the attention. They're louder. And when things are going right, it seems like we don't notice as much. So it's important to slow down and take note. Take note of the things that are going right, that we appreciate, that we are grateful for. I wanted to show you this dishpan for a while. So I used to have plastic dishpans, but after using plastic dishpans, I don't know if you've noticed, after a few months, they become really hard to clean. It's like they become porous and softer. They just are hard to clean. It's almost like you can't get the grease off of them eventually. I decided to see if I could find a metal dishpan, and I found this one. It was worth every single penny. Now, as you know, if you've been here a while, most of my home, most of my kitchen is thrifted or clearance. Even my kitchen cabinets were bought on clearance. They were a show kitchen and they were getting swapped out. So we got them at a major discount. Unbelievable discount, actually. This dishpan though was brand new and I don't regret purchasing it. I only regret not getting it sooner. I find it's way more durable, of course. It's washable and it's easy to get clean, very clean. It's metal, stainless steel. I love that I can tote it around the kitchen. It has been one of my top favorite kitchen buys of all time. I don't think it will ever need to be replaced like the plastic ones did, and it's possible and easier to sanitize.
Hands that are gentle, working and able, feet in the wine press, build up the township, opals and diamonds, beauty for ashes, silk in the sunshine, oil of gladness, tower of justice, pillar of marble, soft as a sunset, wings of an eagle, magic in the ether, marrow in my bones.
I wasn't able to fit it in on this particular kitchen day, so this is older footage, but I get a lot of questions about how to clean my butcher block island. This is unfinished. I also get a lot of questions on how big it is. It's about 6 by 6. It's massive, and we use every square inch, especially when a few of us are in the kitchen cooking at the same time, which happens pretty regularly. I've been teaching my children how to cook so that they have the skill, but also I've been teaching them for quality time with each one of them as well. Some of our best times are in the kitchen. But since I know I'll get the question on how to clean this butcher block countertop, I will go ahead and cover that really briefly. I use peroxide. I get the whole thing wet with peroxide. When it comes time to treat it, I treat it with a combination of melted beeswax and mineral oil. And I simply spread it over the island, and I'll do that a couple times. What you're always looking for on a butcher block island is for water to bead up on it, not soak in. And when they bead up, you know you've got it treated well. Thank you for watching to the end. Be sure to look for the other videos in this series. I will put them in the description box below.
Magic in the